a piece of fruit, checking for bruises. "Good," he said finally, "because that would be a damn waste and you know it." Was it Eric, or did his mother glow at the brooding words? "Jake, please," she whispered, her jaw tight between Jacob's fingers. "Don't go. Please. Just stay home." For a moment, Eric dared to hope that his father would obey. Neither of them liked it when he went on these trips, sailing excursions without clear destinations. Some lasted days, others weeks. His one rebellion, Eric's grandmother called them. But Dad was an excellent sailor, Eric reminded himself. He always came home to his family. And so, instead of answering his wife's pleas, Jacob kissed her. Eric observed with a sort of morbid curiosity the way his mother's bone structure seemed to dissolve in his father's arms. Jacob held her up with a broad hand around her waist, the other at her neck. He kissed Heather for a long time, until they were both out of breath, and the sun cast slightly longer shadows through the drawing room. When he released her, Jacob was smiling again, one of his eyebrows raised like a villain's. Heather giggled. Eric made a face. She sounded like the girls at school, the ones who always seemed to have endless questions and comments for him these days. Like Nina's friend, Caitlin, the one Aunt Violet had let stay the summer with them. She always liked to pretend she and Eric were married. He didn't understand why all the girls seemed to want Prince Charming to save them. Why couldn't they learn to save themselves? What was wrong with that? So when his parents started to kiss again, Eric wasn't curious at all anymore. Just grossed out. Ahem! At the sound of their son, his parents sprang apart. Both of their faces flushed. Jacob coughed. "Eric, kid, you, been there long?" Eric shrugged. "Just reading." Heather's face turned even pinker as she adjusted her blouse and reset her pearl necklace. "When I get home, you'd better be waiting for me, sunshine," Jacob said to her with a wink. "In that piece I bought you last week, if you know what's good for you." "Dad!" Eric had had enough. "Do I need to leave the room?" Jacob chuckled, pinched Heather's waist, then danced away from her swat as he crossed the room to Eric. His normal corona, the one that seemed to draw everyone to him, was back in place. Eric relaxed. This was the dad he knew. "Sorry about that, kid," Jacob said as he squatted next to Eric's chair. "You'll understand one day." Eric shrugged. "Mom likes it when you kiss her. I can deal with it. To a point." His father laughed, a broad, booming clap that filled the room. "You watch, kid. One day you're going to find a girl you can't stop kissing either." Eric made another face. "I don't think so." Jacob's laugh boomed again. "It gets worse, too. Soon you'll do anything to make her smile. Make a complete fool of yourself just for an extra glance." He looked at Heather, who was patting her hair in the mirror above the console. "Right, Hen?" Heather smiled, but it wasn't bright and warm. It was almost sad. "Only if he's very lucky." They looked at each other for a long time. And once again, it was like they had forgotten Eric was in the room, despite the fact that he was no more than a foot from his father. He cleared his throat again. Jacob jerked, and Heather turned back to the mirror. "What's that you're reading?" Jacob asked, pointing to the book. Eric held up the ancient volume. "It's yours. I saw it in the living room." "The Aeneid? Really?" Jacob looked surprised. "I would have thought that a bit above your pay grade, kid. It's all in Latin." "Mrs. Hendricks made us learn some last year," Eric said, "but I don't really understand it." "Well, 20 grand is a lot for school, but I wasn't expecting fluency in a dead language before at least 14. Jacob took the book and thumbed through it with familiarity. "You have to be careful with this, you know.